losing muscle, Factor got me there. I was tired of all the cutting and bulking.
When I no longer fear the unknown, cause I know what I am here for. I keep on trotting on my own path, keep on learning from my present and past, yeah. When I no longer need validation, cause my story is long and I'm patient. I know that I have lessons to learn, keep my eyes open each step I earn, yeah. No need for me to feel alone, cause I got a place that I call home. Every single road travel, every single new place, I come back home, they accept me with grace, yeah. When I know that I was meant to be here, and I know that I was born into fear, but I will stand tall in the lion's den, cause I know in my heart I am one of them. That there lies in the facets of everything that we see, that are telling us to be scared when all we ever are is free. I'm letting go of the things that don't serve me no more, cause I am holy and sacred and righteous and true, and I deserve to be here, and so do you. Said I deserve to be here. But I'm in a constant transition, constantly changing vision, story never certain. There is always a revision to be made. When I think about the demons I have slayed, I am not afraid of confrontation in vain. To the people that seek evil, not as peaceful as I look, with a warrior at heart, so precaution must be took. What I'm trying to give in to the lessons that will soften my ways and means of changing, cause I talk the spirit often. Tell me to stay sharp, tell me to stay present, tell me to ignore the fools and focus on the sin. Well, I said I will starve my ego and I will remain strong. I will make mistakes and I will often be wrong, but I'm perfectly imperfect and I'm only here to learn, and all the evil on the path gets burned. I said I'm perfectly imperfect and I'm only here to learn, and all the evil on the path gets burned. That there lies in the facets of everything that we see, that it's telling us to be scared when all we ever are is free. I'm letting go of the things that don't serve me no more, cause I am holy and sacred and righteous and true, and I deserve to be here, and so do you.
Oh yeah, I told you guys about it.
The pressure always comes from the outside, try not to let it in where I reside. Well, this is my heart, my home, my choice, my love, my life, my path, my voice, yeah. I feel my heart grow with each step, stand firm in where the path goes next. Well, I know that where it goes is where I need to be. The more lessons rain down, more blessings I see, yeah. There lies in the facets of everything that we see, that it's telling us to be scared when all we ever are is free. I'm letting go of the things that don't serve me no more, cause I am holy and sacred and righteous and true, and I deserve to be here, and so do you.
That feeling when you check your bank account and your paycheck's days away. And of course, your calendar's all good news. With Chase Secure Banking, your direct deposit hits your bank account up to 2 days faster. So when your friends are like, and your bills go, you have the peace your deposit brings. And the best part, there's no monthly service fee for 17 to 24-year-olds. Thanks to Chase Secure Banking.
For Chase Secure Checking only, eligible direct deposits may be credited up to 2 business days early depending on when the payer submits the transaction. Member FDIC.
day is done. Breathe in the air. Set your intentions. Dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon and brand new sun. Follow the sun, the direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe in the air. Cherish this moment, cherish this breath. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, a brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight, when you feel this crazy society adding to the strain, take a stroll to the nearest water's edge. Remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long before you came. So which way is the wind blowing? And what does your heart say? So follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done. Whisper in the wind sent me home. I'd believed there was something more. Learned so much, fell in love with you. Took my chances with what I knew, with the places that had stained my hands, and the files that I'd stored on my shelf. Spent so long in the world giving chase, thought my place was some other place. But I belong here, I belong with you, and all of our questions belong here too. 'Cause we been high, darling, we been low, and all of it's helped us grow. We belong here and we deserve to dream. Every waking hour of of every waking day. I wake up to the sound of discussions in my brain. I don't know the answer and I don't know the truth, and I don't really know what I've been dragging since my youth. But I push on, I philosophize, and keep my prophecies by my side. And I hope to meet you at the gates, see that light shining on your face. 'Cause I belong here, I belong with you, and all of our answers reside here too. 'Cause we've been high, darling, we've been low, and all of it's helped us grow. We belong here and we deserve to dream. And every break in hour, though a little more would break, the courage could be summoned to bring about some change, and plans would form to build a brand new castle to the sky we'd soar with the wings of an eagle, stone cold sober with whiskey on my breath. South America running through my head. With you I was taken, it was you, I was not mistaken. You belong here, you belong with me, and all your secrets are safe with me. 'Cause we've been high, darling, we've been low, and all of it's helped us grow. We belong here and we deserve to dream. And all we want is running down the mountain, and all we need is flowing through the trees, and all we have is swimming in the ocean, and all we can do is be the best that we can. All we want is running down the mountains, and all we need is flowing through the trees, and all we have is swimming in the ocean, and all we can do is be the best that we can. All we want is running down the mountains, and all we need is flowing through the trees, and all we have is swimming in the ocean, and all we can do is be the best that we can be. And I hope to meet you at the gates, see that light shining on your face.
Just where you're supposed to be. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's everyone enjoying this little cloud cover? Yes. No, it can stay a while. A little rain. It's not too humid. You want humid? Go down to Florida. How about New Orleans this time of year? I've been there. That's All right. Well, let's kick this party off by standing up and singing "My Soul is Welcome Here."
Just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm in the right place. At the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. It's time to welcome up the most wonderful, beautiful lady I know. Always happy. My beautiful wife, Miss Anne Marie.
Thank you. Today's reading is from the Science of the Mind, the May issue of 2026. Shift in Anxiety for Helping. All our emotions are meant to be felt, even the hard ones. It's okay to feel what you need to feel. Disney's Pixar film movie Inside Out 2. See the desire as an already accomplished fact, and the rest in perfect confidence, peace, and certainty, never looking for results, never wondering, never becoming anxious, never being hurried or worried. Ernest Holmes, The Science of the Mind, page 289. One of the brilliant lines in the movie Inside Out 2 comes from a character, Anxiety. While fear protects Riley from the things she can see, my job is to protect her from the things you cannot see. I plan for the future. Anxiety then shows video clips of endless possibilities of everything that could go wrong in Riley's life. Sound familiar? We all have those 3 a.m. wake-up call sessions when anxiety moves in and creates chaos and worry. Once anxiety takes charge, it suppresses all other emotions. We are on high alert, preparing and planning for the worst. We can develop an attachment to controlling or fixing things to make them look like what we want. But anxiety becomes an obsession if we dwell on it too long. Losing all sense of self, we forget our values and what is important to us. The more attached to anxiety we are, the more restricted life seems. Feeling restricted can make us feel incomplete and like we have failed. Learning to live in the moments help us stay centered in love. It is an opportunity to realign what is important and allows love's healing power to take charge. We are then open to discover other possibilities available to us. When we tap into our inner wisdom and intuition, we let go of the suffering from the past and neediness of the future. If we listen, we learn from our anxiety when to slow down, when to pay attention, when to relax. We can train feelings of anxiety to help rather than hinder. Affirmation: I live in the moment and expect the best.
Thank you. All right. We're going to take that reading and hold it within and go right into our I am love, I am light, and from there, opening invocation.
Spirit shining
that into your subconsciousness. That very truth. That you are love and you are light. When you can hold on to that truth, it helps with those moments of anxiety to pull you back between the moment the anxiety hits and your next action. That space right there in between where you can pause for just a moment and remind yourself that you are love and light, that you can deal with whatever emotion comes forward and use it for a positive. Not push it away, not throw it on the ground, not bury it, but grab that emotion, handle it, learn from it, take a deep breath, and step forward. For change is a constant in this world. From minute to minute, moment to moment, hour to hour, day to day, month to month, year to year. Change is a constant. And most of us aren't really comfortable with change. But when we stick to our truth, to the basics of who we are, to the basics of what we want to see in life, what we want to experience in life, it all comes back to the same thing. We are love, we are light. We want happiness. We want joy. We want to make sure our family or friends and even strangers are safe and able to enjoy themselves. We want peace. So let us take this moment to know and understand that truth. And to focus on everything we have to be thankful for, because it far outweighs those things that we don't have to be thankful for. And if we can turn those things, those perceived things that we're struggling with, that seem to be problems and issues, and know that we can use them into lessons and stepping stones, things to build and add to our foundation. Just like our emotions, when fear pops up, when anxiety pops up, all those things that can turn a positive into a negative really fast, like your vision for the future, handle it. Know your truth, cement your truth, and step forward. So I invite us all today to simply do that, to open ourselves up to the messages, to the sights, to the sounds that happen around us all day, every day, and to learn from each of those things, and allow ourselves to write our own story, to be that great storyteller that says, I can do this. I can show other people that they can do the same. And to walk, talk, act with integrity, respect, honor, and confidence. And have that gentle love of yourself and being able to forgive yourself for your perceived wrongdoings. And when we do that, we are able to help those around us. And the ripple effect continues out. So we say thank you for this center. Thank you for the talk that Reverend Tracy is about to give. Thank you for all the things we experience. And we release this truth into action by simply saying together, and so it is. One of my favorite people, always smiling. Reverend Tracy, come on down.
Ooh, that's my necklace. We have to take that off. All right. Hello. I just want to look at you, say thank you. I'm so deeply moved. Every time I come here, I feel so much love and gratitude that what I call Ramana is God. And I'm so grateful that Ramana brought us together today and gave me a message to give you, because I always wonder if it's going to come through. And it does. And it's a long one, so Bill, I might be his favorite person afterwards. I don't know. So we're going to get straight to it. But first, everybody asked where the kids were, and I said they're bad. They're not bad. They're kids. But, you know, my nerves are short. So they like to run around, scream, and they were quite upset that I did come here without them. But, you know, we all need a break. And as I was walking out the door, my 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old, says, "But Mom, I'm 33. You have to take me." And he does have the soul of a 33-year-old. But first, I just want to read this really quickly, and we'll get into the talk, because this is my favorite. And the talk came from a very gentle conversation that I had with my dad, which we'll close the talk with, and which I'm sure was very difficult for him, but it was also difficult for me. So I love my father, and in honor of that conversation and you, I wanted to read this from In the Hours of Meditation by Frank Alexander. There came a voice resonant with divinity. It said, "Oh, there is a love which fears nothing, which is greater than life and greater than death. I am that love. There is a love which knows no limit, which is everywhere, which is in the presence of death, and which is in all tender, even in the terrible. I am that love. There is a love which is unutterably sweet, which welcomes all pain, which welcomes all fear, which drives away all sadness, which is whosoever thou dost search for it. I am that love. Oh, I am the very essence of that love, and oh, my own self, I, that love, am thy own self. My nature is love, and I am love itself." And I just love that. And it goes on to talk about, oh, there is a beauty, and oh, there is a life, and through the illusion we perceive reality, and we all have our lenses on, and we start to recognize the lens as we have deeper conversations with our family. My dad will be turning, 90-something in October. His body is failing him. He has a lot of sadness. He's homebound. And the conversation was really profound. And out of that conversation came this talk. And the talk is about Edith, the thing that I have named my higher self. So I know, and I can tell to talk to Edith. But Edith comes from Edith Bunker. So the talk today is about the bunkers. And the wisdom of Edith is the talk. So a few months ago, I began something that surprised even me, calling myself Edith. Not myself, my higher self. And yes, Edith Bunker. I laughed really when the name first came out, because I couldn't choose between Edith or Edna. And, I just asked God to show me why Edith. And out of my mind, out of my meditation, something funny arose. Out of all the people that my mind could have selected, Jesus, Buddha, Ramana Maharshi, Ernest, the name Edith obviously came. Most people remember Edith Bunker as a sweet, scattered, a little naive. Archie called her a dingbat. He told her to stifle herself. Her voice was high, her stories wondered, and she did not appear to be the person holding the power in the room. But as I looked again, I saw something. Edith did not need the last word. She could remain open in a room filled with defensiveness. She could see the human being beneath the behavior. She could be kind without becoming cynical. And when something truly mattered, she became very clear. Her softness was not an absence of strength. Her softness was her strength. And I began to understand why my heart chose her. Edith represents the voice within us that does not need to win in order to remain whole. She is not the final truth of who we are. We will go deeper than that today, but she is a doorway. She is what awareness begins to look like when it moves through the human heart. So the bunker home is our map of consciousness today. Now, to understand Edith, we have to enter that house. The bunker home was very small. It was ordinary.
The chairs were close together, the opinions were loud, and everyone carried a different version of reality that came into the living room. That's one of the reasons why the show worked. The house was not only the setting, it was a container which competing fears, beliefs, identities, and loves were constantly meeting one another. And spirituality, that gives us this useful image. What if the bunker house was the mind? This is what it would look like. What if every character, not only someone on television, but a function within our own consciousness? What if every character was a function within our own consciousness? Every room became a room within us. Every argument became an inner argument. Every attempt to control, explain, grow, love, become one of the movements of our own mind, is one of the movements of our own mind. Ernest Holmes taught that our experience is shaped by our consciousness. So before we try to change the furniture of our outer life, we have to become aware of who is running the inner house. So I've decided that Edna is, the personality, the one that kind of faces the world, and not to give myself another name because I'd like to really be nameless sometimes. But I have this, these two opposing thoughts that are always in your mind, and I can tell when Edna and Edith are talking. And I'm trying to listen more to Edith than to Edna. But neither are wrong. They're both protection. They're both ego preservation strategies. So they both really want what's best for this body-mind. So Ernest says that we have to become aware of who is running the inner house. And this is the aim of that will guide us today. An aim, as I talked about in previous talks, is a simple spiritual practice. Awareness, noticing the voice that is speaking. We do not immediately call it me, simply we recognize it. I is interest. We turn toward it with curiosity rather than condemnation. What is his voice protecting? What does it believe? What does it need us to see? And then we move. We move our attention from the character to the awareness that sees the character, and then choose the next action from love rather than compulsion. Aim does not mean we suppress our emotions or any parts of ourselves. It means that we stop allowing the unconscious part of ourselves to run the house, and we bring it forward into our consciousness. So let's meet the family. Archie. We all remember Archie, right? I think we're all in that age group. Maybe some of it. There might be a few that's not. But at the center of the room sits Archie. Archie represents the protective ego, the part of us that believes safety comes through certainty, control, judgment, and being right. Archie is loud because fear is loud. He divides the world quickly. Right, wrong, us, them, safe and dangerous, respectable, unacceptable, which I call othering. He has a tendency to other. Oh, let me take this off. Sorry. But I do not think Archie. Is that me? My other necklace? Okay. But I do not think Archie is best understood as evil. Archie is afraid. Underneath his bluster, a frightened part that believes if I do not control this house, something will happen to me. And we all have been there, that we want to control because certainty creates in our mind safety, which is really not true. But the mind has its own nature, and it was designed as a protection mechanism that sometimes is like a roller coaster that has gone off the rails. And as it's flying off, we're like, and when it's flying off is when we learn and embody the deepest and profound parts of ourselves in faith. Our Archie may not sound exactly like him, but it may sound a little bit more sophisticated. It may sound spiritual, like we kind of spiritualize him a little bit. It may call it self-discernment, but whenever we believe peace will arrive after everyone else's behavior is corrected, that's when Archie has taken the chair. We know when Archie has taken the chair. When we believe peace will arrive after everyone else's behaviors are corrected. Doesn't work. So using AIM, we're going to look at Archie. Awareness says, I notice the controlling voice. I notice the need to be right. The interest is, what are you afraid would be happening if you did not control this right now? And what are you trying to protect? Move says, I move from fear that is speaking to the awareness that can hold the fear. From here, what would love do? So goal is not to shame Archie. We all have an inner Archie. Shame only makes him louder. The goal is to see him clearly enough that he no longer has to run the house. That he gets to relinquish his Berkeliner chair. What's it called? His chair. And once Archie starts speaking, another voice usually arises to challenge him. We will call that voice Mike. We all remember Mike. Across from Mike sits Meathead. If Archie is protecting himself, if Archie protects himself by controlling, Mike protects himself by explaining, which I like to call theming. Mike represents the analytical mind, intelligent, articulate, educated, and convinced that one more argument might finally win peace. When Archie says, I know because I know, Mike says, let me prove. Let me prove it to you. The analytical mind is not the enemy. We need it. It helps us organize, discern, plan, study, and communicate. This is why all of the pieces of the ego are necessary for our journey here on this planet. And a lot of teachings push the ego away, and we're saying invite it back home. We're saying give it space. We're saying recognize it. Don't lie to yourself and say, oh no, I'm not this or I'm not that. We all have the parts of the things that we least like. But the mind has a limitation. It cannot think its way beyond the thinker. It cannot describe peace without becoming peaceful. It cannot define awareness without resting as awareness. It cannot win an argument and lose the room. Ramana Maharshi repeatedly turned the seekers back toward the one who was asking the question. Not because the questions are wrong, but because the deepest answer is not another thought. The deepest answer is the awareness in which the thought appears. So when we're using AIM for Mike, we might say, oh, Mike is in the room. We might notice the Mike in us. So awareness says, I notice that I'm rehearsing. This is how you will know Mike is in the room. I'm rehearsing, explaining, analyzing, and trying to prove. Interest says, well, what do I believe this explanation will give me? Approval, safety, control, relief. And move says, for one breath, I release this argument and rest as the one who knows the argument is occurring. Sometimes the most spiritual response is not a better answer. Sometimes it is the humility to become quiet, which, by the way, I'm not very good at. Okay, just so you know. We're all works in progress, and being quiet is a practice that I am really trying to do. And I've found out why God has put a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and right now a 9-year-old in my house. Because I have a very loud voice, and as my 4-year-old says, Mommy, your voice is getting louder. I think you need to go into the calm down room. And between Archie's statement to the past and Mike's determination to explain the present, another movement appears. Gloria. The becoming of the self. Beautiful Gloria. Gloria represents us becoming. She is the part of consciousness that knows that the old way is no longer enough, even though the new way is not yet really formed. We've all kind of been in that place where we're trying to release the old, and we feel like we're stepping into the new, and life can be quite confusing there because in that space we want to spiritualize everything. Oh, they didn't mean to punch me in the face. They're just having a rough day. Let me go give them a hug. Yeah, you learn with a 2-year-old. If you go try to hug a 2-year-old, you're gonna get knocked in the nose. It really kind of all aligns, trust me. But this is the space that we really want to see the world in this beautiful, profound way that everybody has a purpose, everybody has a place. And it's where we begin to separate the personality from the higher self. Ernest Holmes says, yes, we are all divinity, but we are also responsible for our personalities and how they move and have their being in the world. She starts to question her inherited beliefs. She stretches towards a larger identity. She wants freedom. But she is still learning what freedom asks of her. Every sincere seeker knows Gloria. She is the discomfort of outgrowing the old life. She is the tension between loyalty to what formed us and faithfulness to what is awakening within us. We've all been in that place where you wouldn't be in the center, honestly. And it's very uncomfortable to outgrow your own life. And I've pondered this question all week. Well, what is the old life? Because you embody it. It's you. Sometimes you don't even know that you're still being the old you until something doesn't work out and you recognize, oh, there's still some things that I need to let go of. She's the tension. She's that tension. Because becoming is beautiful. It is difficult and it is necessary on the spiritual path. But becoming can be an endless project. One more class, one more healing, one more insight, one more version of ourselves to perfect. At some point, spiritual life asks us to notice that the self is not waiting at the end of our improvement plan. At some point, spiritual life asks us to notice that the self is not waiting at the end of our improvement plan. I needed to repeat that because that's a good one. The awareness we seek is already present. Even while Gloria is still figuring things out, awareness is always present. So using AIM to look at Gloria, what do we know? How can we know if Gloria is the piece of us that is to the forefront? I notice that part of me that is reaching, changing, and trying to become. The interest that is shown is, what am I truly being invited to outgrow? And what am I trying to perfect because I still believe I am not enough? I honor the growth. Move says we simply tell ourselves, I honor the growth, but I move from striving into the presence that is already whole. Archie projects, Mike analyzes, Gloria becomes, and then moving quietly in the same house is Edith. Edith is the heart that does not need to win. Edith loves, not sentimentally, not blindly, not because she has no perception. She loves because she is less invested in defending a position. Let me read this again. She loves because she is less invested in defending a position than in everyone around her. She listens. Spiritual principles. She stays. She sees the person before she sees the category. When Archie assumes the right to judge someone, Edith offers one of the clearest lines. I can't do her voice. I really wish I could. Archie! That's because he's God and you ain't. It is funny because it's simple. It is profound for the same reason. Edith is not saying that choices have no consequences. She is not saying we abandon our discernment or our boundaries. She is saying you do not have to carry the impossible burden of deciding another person's ultimate worth. My teacher has me doing this practice right now of standing in the mirror and saying to myself, I love you. I love me. I am worthy, just as I am, just as it is. And he gave us these instructions in this group that we meet with. There's 3 of us that now meet with him as a group. And I was like, that's the corniest crap I've ever heard. I've heard it from so many teachers. I won't do it. And he's like, okay, we'll do it. And I go, well, I'll try. I sound like my 2-year-old. Well, okay, fine, I'll try. And it was really funny because I have many teachers have told me that I've read it in books. I've tried it. And so I was like, you know what? If it doesn't kill you, try it. It has become profound practice for me. Profound practice. Almost to the point where the person in the mirror disappears and you just hear, I can't even explain it. You have to try it for yourself to see how it works for you. Funny story is, I meet with Tom on Wednesday. He says Thursday, the next Wednesday. I meet with him and I go, I took it one step further. I did it naked. I said, I could love all of me. And he goes, did I tell you to do it unclothed? Because he's British. And I go, no, but I just thought I would try. He's like, did I tell you to do it unclothed? And I'm like, no, fine. What's the lesson here? And he goes, we're trying to detach from the body and from the mind. And it is a good practice, but when you move spiritually, you up your game and you let the body go. And what we're going for is something a little deeper. So I thought I would share that with you because I was like, well, ain't that something? I don't know everything. Okay. It was a bit humbling because I came to the table with the good news, you know. But she's saying, Edith is saying that, again, we don't have to carry the impossible burden of deciding another person's worth. That's our job. You can put down the gavel. You can release the position of manager of the universe. The position is full. You do not need to apply. You do not need to beat yourself up because you can't apply. You do not need to beat yourself because you didn't get the job. You do not need to beat yourself up because it's not yours to carry. There's already filled. And the truth is, it's already filled by you. We are coming to the realization of it. You can clearly see without withdrawing love that Edith really is the voice of reason in the room. This is why Edith changes the house without controlling the house. She does not overpower Archie. She alters the atmosphere. Holmes said, love points the way and law makes the way possible. Edith is that pointing. Her presence gives the household another possibility. And this is important. Edith is not merely passive, although sometimes she can appear passive, and that's how she was made out to be. There are moments when she becomes firm. Love sometimes says yes. Love sometimes says no. Love can remain tender without becoming available for everything. No is a one-word sentence, and it is a loving sentence. The difference is that love does not need to humiliate in order to be clear. I was raised in a household with a lot of humiliation and a lot of like, if I don't beat you down, you're gonna go do it. You know, if I don't, like, I have to make you feel guilty in order for you to never do that thing again, you know? Like get pregnant, which, by the way, I did anyway, so there you go. See, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. So using that AIM process with Edith, how do we know when Edith is in the house? I noticed the possibility of meeting this moment without defending myself. Can I become genuinely interested in the person beneath the behavior, including the person beneath my own behavior? I move from judgment into presence. I choose the next honest, loving action without needing to win. Edith is the heart awakening inside the house. But even Edith is not the deepest truth, because there is no one more present. Because there is no one more presence. I don't know what I was doing when I typed this sentence, so let me think about it. Because there is one more presence. Oh, it's my dyslexia. It's not the sentence. See, I was right. I typed a good sentence. Because there is one more presence we have not yet named. See, I knew where I was going with that. The audience, the witness. The audience watches the whole family. They hear Archie shout. They hear Mike argue. They watch Gloria struggle and grow. They feel Edith softening the room. The audience may laugh, ache, become uncomfortable, or recognize themselves, but the audience never becomes the character. The audience never becomes the character. This is the doorway into our teaching. Raman is teaching many teachings on the planet. You are aware of Archie, therefore the protective ego is appearing to you. You are aware of Mike, therefore thought is appearing to you. You are Gloria, therefore the story of becoming is appearing to you. You are Edith, therefore even the movement of compassion is known within the awareness. What is it that knows all of this? What is it that is aware of all of this? I would invite you not to answer too quickly. The mind will try to give us another concept. But before the concept appears, awareness is already here. The audience never has to climb onto the stage to control the play. It simply sees. And in clear seeing, identification begins to loosen. Awakening is not the best character in the house. Awakening is recognizing that every character appears within the awareness you are. So if we are looking at the audience through aim, awareness says a character is speaking. Interest says we meet the character without fear or condemnation. Move says we move attention back to the witness, not to escape the character, but to relate to it without becoming it, to be in the world but not of it. Then, from the spaciousness, Edith can come forward naturally as a movement to meet the world and give you direction on which way to take your body-mind. Not as a performance of niceness, as the fragrance of awareness, no longer trapped in defense. When life tested this teaching for me this week, the teaching stopped being an interesting metaphor. It became personal. I sat beside my father. Let me see if I can get through this stuff right. I sat beside my father. For most of my life, he has been the chief. He was in the military for 30 years. He was a chief master sergeant. He didn't make us call him the chief. That's just what people called him, the chief. Strong, confident Air Force, larger than life. But this week, there was no chief. There was an elderly man sitting on the edge of his bed, a walker beside him, feeling that his time was coming to a close. He began to speak about his life, his regrets, his loves, his losses, things that he had wished he had done differently. At one point, he said very quietly, "I've done a lot of wrong things." He was not asking me to judge him. He was not asking me to solve his life. He was standing before his own memories, and I was sitting beside him. And as I listened, the whole bunker house came alive inside of me. Archie wanted to judge. Mike wanted to answer. He wanted the facts arranged correctly. He wanted the past to make sense. Gloria wanted to heal and understand. And then I became aware of another presence in the house. There was this little girl sitting beside me. She still wanted her father to say, "I'm proud of you." Archie wanted to protect her. Mike wanted to explain to her. Gloria wanted to heal her. And Edith simply loved her. All of this moved through me. I quietly repeated one word, Ramana, God. Not to leave the moment, not to become detached from my father, not to suppress the daughter or the little girl. I repeated the name to remain present, to remember the witness, to let the entire inner house be present without allowing any one voice to take over. And then Edith came forward. She did not need to fix my father. She did not need to determine the verdict of his life. She did not need to say the perfect spiritual thing. She listened. She stayed. She loved. And in that moment, it was enough. Holmes and Ramana, two movements of one teaching. This is where the teaching of Ernest Holmes and Ramana meet for me. Holmes asks, what consciousness are you living from? The interest is that listen beneath the strategy. The movement is return to the witness and ask, what does love know how to do right now? Sometimes love will speak. Sometimes love will be silent. Sometimes love will stay. Sometimes love will leave. Sometimes love will make the tea. Sometimes love will set the boundary. But love will not need to make another person smaller in order to know itself. In closing, we let Edith make the tea. Tomorrow morning, Archie will probably wake up, for you and for me. Mike will have opinions. Gloria will have questions. The little child will still want reassurance. They're not failures on the spiritual path. They are members of the inner family. Do not throw them out of the house. Become aware of them. Invite them to tea. Ask them what they know. What have they learned? Why are they trying to protect you? Become interested in yourself, and you will be automatically interested in others. And then move. Move from the character to the witness. Move from fear to presence. Move from the need to win to the willingness to love. Let Edith make the tea. Then take your seat with the audience and remember, you were never meant to become the loudest voice in the house. You are the awareness in which the entire family lives. And from that awareness, love knows exactly what to do. Now, always, just as it is, just as you are. I love you. Namaste. Now, I think this talk anchors us in prayer as a prayer in itself. Sometimes I feel like the talk is just the prayer. That is why I opened with, oh, there is a love. Because in sitting with my father, he told me many things, and I was sitting there, and I got nauseous. I'm like, why is he telling me all his secrets? I do not want to carry this. I don't want to handle it. I don't want anything to do with it. But because he felt safe. Because Edith was in the room. Because he felt peaceful. And he trusted me. And that's when I knew, oh, I am enough. He did not have to say it. And I felt a great sense of peace. So, recently Fish made these for a women's retreat, and I wanted to share them with you. You can write your favorite quote and put it on the refrigerator. So there are some that are colored, and there's some for you to color if you are a colorer. I am not. I ripped up more than because I'm a perfectionist too. But please take these home, write your favorite quote from the top, your favorite home's quote, just, I am enough, whatever. Put it in your altar, your favorite place, and just know that you are enough. That you are more than enough. You are enough simply because you were born. And that life takes us through great amount of challenges. But it's just the characters playing the part. Who you are has never left. Thank you.
Navan, the #1 rated business travel platform, lets your team book work travel in one place. Flights, hotels, cars.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played
Songs that made the hit parade.
guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days.
I knew you when you were there.
Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare state.
Everybody pulled his weight.
G.R.O. and great. Those were the days.
That made me cry.
I'll go on record on saying that's your best talk yet. Funny how all things come together. Anne picked that reading all by herself, never talked to Tracy. And as usual, it came together. And my talk next week will be kind of on the same thing. I had over the last month the privilege of the privilege of spending a few days with my great nephew. And he's 8 years old. He's extremely intelligent, but he's very far behind in social behavior. And man, he asks questions like no tomorrow. And I'm like, why do you ask so many questions? And he says, because I don't know. Which shut me up. And then I had the opportunity to sit with an elderly friend who was feeling guilty about his certain things in his past and struggling with it. I said, that's why you just grind it up and put it into your foundation of who you are. You don't take away from that. So all I'm telling you, if you're out there feeling guilty from things you did in the past, don't. Put it into the foundation, because that's what creates that solid foundation underneath you. That's what guides you into the next step, lifts you into the next step. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Be a little gentle on yourself. With that, take your gift and or tithe in hand and repeat after me. Divine love through me.
Divine love through me.
No. Let's try this again. Divine love through me.
Divine love through me.
Blesses and multiplies.
Blesses and multiplies.
All that I have.
All that I have.
All that I give.
All that I give.
And all that I receive.
And all that I receive.
And so it is.
So it is.
If you have not seen an All in the Family episode, they are still running. I invite you to go watch them. I invite you to specifically go find some when the Jeffersons moved in next door. Because that is a time when we remembered how to laugh with each other, at each other, and we need to get back to that. We all have silly parts about us, and we should be writing great comedy skits with it. Let's learn to laugh again. All right. So we say thank you once again for the abundance of blessings that move in and through this center, out into this community, this nation, and this world. And so it is. Announcements. We have our change jar back there. That change jar helps at Christmas time. We count it out, divide it up, and help as many families as we can. So if your purse or your left or right pocket has got you leaning one way or the other, take that change out and throw it in there, because it helps. In our center room, we have our pay it forward box. That's anything non-perishable. Throw that stuff in there. We get it to the food bank. We get that out to those who need help as well. And I think we got do we have our Thursday book group happening here sometime soon? So we've already passed that, so remember it for August, because that's not too far away, and then the day after that is Christmas. So start preparing. I think that's it. Let's make a circle and sing the peace song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Yes, we live with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my sacred vow.